What's up guys, David here, and we are here today for the weekly episode of DC News where we're going to talk about Atlus news and JRPG news in general. So this week we've got numbers. We've got the numbers from Atlus' latest financial report, and we've got three things to talk about, so let's jump right into it. The first thing that I want to tackle is the sales for Persona 4 Golden on PC. If you don't know already, Persona 4 Golden came out on PC on June 14th, so that would be 1 month exactly from the day of recording this video. You'll see this video on the 15th, but it came out a month ago. And Atlus revealed that the game sold over 500,000 copies on Steam, which are big numbers. Honestly, I gotta say, is it a surprise to anyone? The PC install base is major, and people have been asking for mainline Persona outside of PlayStation for a while now, so it's basically no surprise. I think the only person or company that might be surprised is probably Atlus, because clearly with their survey they don't know what to expect from their games, from Persona, stuff like that. So it's a really good thing. It's good news for everyone that this game sold well on PC. Maybe that with those great sales number, they will realize that there's a market for mainline Persona outside of PlayStation. Maybe they'll bring more games to PC, maybe they'll bring more games to Switch, maybe they'll bring games to Xbox even, we don't know. But they might realize something here. Will we see Persona 4 Golden on Switch? Will we see Persona 4 Golden on PS4? I don't know, but what I think is very likely though is a re-release of Persona 3 on PC. I think that is something that we can expect. That would be my bet. Yep. What I would like to see is a re-release for Persona 3, including the content from Persona 3 FES, and of course the ability to control all your party members that was in Persona 3 Portable, the definitive edition of Persona 3 basically. The next thing that I want to talk about from this report is Catherine Full Body. Catherine Full Body was released on Nintendo Switch last week here in the West. And about the game, it's really good, and reviewers are saying that it's the best version of the game, that it's the best way to play the game. We got numbers, and it seems like the game sold very poorly in Japan. It was reported by Persona Central that the game sold 6.9 thousand copies, and I'll be honest guys, I have a small problem with this article here, and here's why. The game released on the 2nd of July in Japan. And the report that Persona Central is basing their numbers on is counting only 3 days of official release in the general public for Japan. So what I mean by that is that they're counting sales number from June 29th to July 5th. But the game came out on July 2nd. So they're counting 3 days or 4 days of sales where only the reviewers and the businesses had the copies. So the general public with those numbers only add from the 2nd to the 5th to buy 6.9 thousand copies. Of course, this is still low numbers, and I agree with that, but my problem is that the headline is like, first week Catherine Full Body, they sold 7,000 copies, but this is not exactly right. They're only counting 3 days. So I have a problem with that, but hey, it's not a major problem. It's just it just sucks because people are going on Twitter and they're saying like, oh, the game sold more on Vita, but it's just an unfair comparison, honestly, and I'm not trying to justify anything. I know that the numbers are low. I don't know if this is what Atlus wanted. I don't know if this is what, well, obviously this is not what they wanted, but I don't know if this is, I don't know where their expectations were for this game, so I don't know if they'll be happy. I don't know if it would sell more in the West. I guess we'll see once we have our numbers, but I am enjoying my time with the game, and it's a very good game. If you guys have not played it on PS4, I recommend you checking it out. So that's it for Catherine Full Body. Now onto better news, we have numbers for Persona 5 Scramble. Atlus, during their financial report, they announced that Persona 5 Scramble exceeded their sales expectations since its release in Japan back in February of this year. PS4 and Switch version included. Unfortunately, Atlus didn't reveal any numbers, so we don't know how many copies the game sold on PS4 and Switch. We don't know the total numbers either, so it's hard to say much about this, but what we know is that they're happy. We don't know what their expectations were either, so there's not a lot to say, but hey, they're happy. That's a good thing. Additional chances for us to get the game here in the West as well. I really do think we'll get the game. I mean, I think, and you don't quote me on that, but I think the numbers in the first week in Japan were 115,000 copies total, and there were like 40,000 for the Switch version, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. So I remember that the numbers were very good during the first week, and hey, Atlus is happy with this. Let's hope that we'll get the game here in the West. So this is it, guys, for today's DC News episode. So not a bunch of information, but still some cool numbers that I wanted to look at. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Atlus will give us more games since they have big numbers? Do you think they will support less the Nintendo Switch now that the numbers that they got were pretty low? I would really like to hear you guys' opinions, so please let me know down in the comment sections below. And if you want to stay up to date on anything Atlus, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you like those DC News episodes, I'll try to do them weekly, so please let me know, and I'll try to stay up to date. See you guys.